So if you're familiar with me on this channel, you might be aware of the fact that I said I was going to go to the BTCC pre-season media day a couple of days ago. And yeah, I managed to. I managed to spend the day at Brands Hatch, just wandering around the indie circuit, as you had 2 3-hour sessions, which served as the closer to pre-season testing for the BTCC in 2026. Well, I'm showing you some of the footage I managed to capture on my camera, but I just wanted to, as I was going around, make note of a few different bits and pieces that I wanted to talk about in this video. And firstly, the experience. It's wonderful that Toka and Motorsport Vision put together the idea that you could have this event for free. Now, midweek isn't necessarily the best time. This year, it was awesome because it happened what? During the school Easter holidays? They had a good joke about, are you meant to be a teacher or a student that's going around here? But it meant that you could have these family day outs. There were grandparents, there were grandkids, there were parents and kids, there were families, there were youngsters whose parents had taken them along for the day and dropped them off and were like, oh, we'll pick you up later, have a good day. That was wonderful to see. And this is the kind of thing that you should do if you're having something that's in the midweek. Make it open to the public, make it free, and ideally put it during a school break. You'll get more turnout for a venue kind of perspective, a capitalist kind of perspective. You could probably make more money off the day. But overall, it's just great to have. And the Easter break, we were quite lucky with the weather. I think it peaked around 25 degrees. Sun was out all day. I managed to not get sunburned for the first time. I think the first time for me attending a BTCC meet without getting sunburned, which is saying something. But yeah, it was great to have. As for the venue, I liked it being the Indy circuit, but I would have liked if you had one session Indy, one session GP, just because the GP circuit is quite nice to get around. I guess, though, there would have been more demands on, say, the stewards or the facilities for doing even half the day with the GP loop. But it would have meant we could have had a fuller, comprehensive idea of where the running order is, especially since they've already done one at Croft. You could have more to do with the different elevation changes, different corner profiles, because whilst Croft isn't, completely flat, it is a flatter track. I know some cars have done shakedowns in places like Snetterton, so it doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it would have been nice to see that. At the same time, one thing that was nice to see was that you could just get into the pit lane as well. More the paddock, but they did have the pit lane open, the lunch break, and you could do the meet and greet. There were so many people there for that. But what was brilliant was just how accessible everything was. You could, like I said, wander around the paddocks, have a look into the different garages and see different things there. You could walk around the entire track and you could have a look through the different marshal posts and get really nice photos. I have a DJI Osmo, and I felt a lot of envy for people with these nice high-end fancy cameras who were going around taking photographs as well, because it was a media day, so many people were there for the media element of the media day as well. But all in all, I'm really excited for this season of the BTCC. If you look at the times, you'll see the WSR topped it right at the end. Charles Rainford went out on a fast-flying lap 3 times faster than everyone else. But a lot of the focus was on the running, and we seem to have quite a close field this season. I know Nick Hamilton's at the bottom. I know he's already done some testing in adaptive controls Hyundai i30, but remember, for most of the past decade, he's been in the Cupras, and even before that, he was in an Audi, wasn't he? So this is a new team. He's going to be getting up to speed, and even then, if you look at the times and compare him to, say, Tingram, the fastest Hyundai on the day, only 4 tenths off. I know he caused a couple of red flags from offs at, namely, Paddock and McLaren. But he also ended up with pretty much as many laps as anyone else on the day. So he just got out there and just kept running. And that's what's needed. When it comes to the new cars, the Audis looked really promising. They looked like a proper BTCC car, in the way that you could see them just cocking the wheels going through Druids, for example. And interestingly, when you looked at the Corollas, the Speedworks ones were, and then the MB ones weren't as much. Or at least you didn't see it as much with the MB Motorsport Corollas. The Mercs looked absolutely planted. The Cataclean Plato Racing Mercs. And they just looked the part. You didn't see them doing anything particularly aggressive, but at the same time, they just looked dialed in. And it's the same for the new Fords. I'm really interested to see how that platform works out for Alliance for Napa Racing UK. But they were very much keeping those cars under wraps, as were the Plato team. The Audis, you didn't really see the bonnets up much, but when you did for the other ones, they had, like, coverings on them and things like that. But those are my thoughts, those are my feelings. Let me know any of yours in the comment section down below. As always, folks, thanks for watching, thanks for joining, thanks for continuing support for this channel. Till next time, it's bye-bye for now.